Hey, what's up, guys? Anthony here. Let's go over our picks for the week. AXSM, CPRX, ARQL, ATRS, MNKD, and NVAX. Okay, guys, starting here with AXSM. You know, the one thing I really like about this that caught my attention, the Chaikin money flow. So you can kind of see the last week and a half. It's just kind of sat around the zero line. The week previous, it all got bought up right at that higher price. So that's telling me kind of this week that 340 to 345 is the bottom, right? So it's supposed to go up from here. Everyone has it at this higher price. So not a lot of sellers. That's going to create the demand. And also a lot of supply out there, right? So it's create the demand of the price to go up. So that's what I really like about this one. Looking at our trend spider, this is that program I kind of alluded to before. All these lines here, the bold lines that go across, are all past trend lines. The dotted is weekly trend lines overlaid with the daily trend lines. So right here about 354, 55 is going to be resistance points, but once it breaks through that, the next one's up around 388, 89. So like the look of this one, good solid 8-10%. As long as we push through this first portion and get some volume on this one, because Friday's volume was only a little over 100,000. So get some more volume on this one. We push it up. It looks good. CPRX is the next one. RSI and CCI look really good. Caught my attention Friday. Had a really good day pumping it up. The MACD, just crossed over zero. The ADX, kind of what I really liked, was the green line. Had a really good slope up and has room to accumulate. So I really like it on this one, and everything else is following it, the Chaikin and the William. If I go to the trend spider and look at CPRX, it's another good tool, guys, if you're gonna look at charts and looking at trends. This one I have the daily overlaid with the weekly, but you can see the yellow line at the bottom. That's the support, about 229, and the blue line above, resistance. So that means this channel, it's going to bounce in between. And I already bounced off the bottom, so it needs to bounce off the top now. So 349 is the next resistance spot for this one. I don't see anything else on this one stopping it. So have a good week this week with this one. CPRX already has a lot of volume with it, 2.4 million. So let's continue the trend up. Make some money. ARQL. This one is coming off the 50-day moving average, which is a good kind of like a moving support with it. 50 days moving average is pretty good. Usually stocks bounce off that. Right here on the MACD, it dipped below zero. It's going to curve up and go up. The full stochastics showing a good trend up as well and has room to accumulate. On the trend spider, and you can get a free account at trendspider.com, guys, so check it out as well. It's a cool tool to use. You can check it out, check past data. Again, this one, let's zoom in here a little bit, already bounced off the blue line right about 242 and all the way up to the yellow line 367. So it has a lot of room really to go, guys. The dash lines down below here are the weekly trend lines. So none of the weekly trend lines are showing that really can hold it at resistance, other than this daily trend line that started back. Oops, let me zoom out. So you can see it came all the way back to May 18th last year. I really like this program because I back checked the data on this with our picks, and they're pretty accurate. Especially once it breaks the trend line. Cool thing about this too is you can create an alert. So once it crosses over that trend line, I can get alerted, and that means it'd be breakout mode. Make some more money there as well. So that's ARQL, guys. ATRS, solid channel going up. Started the Bollinger Bands are going out away from each other, and it's right in the top, which is a good sign of a breakout. It's breaking above that 250 resistance. Positive in the MACD 0.05, which is a really good sign. It's had past historical data above the 0 line on the MACD. It's full stochastics. It is over the 80 line, but this one looks like it should push up, and it still has room to accumulate. I'm going to look at it on the trend spider for you guys. If you guys got any feedback, shoot me some feedback at info@madstocktrading.com. If you guys like this as well. So we can see here's a good example. This dotted line or dashed line is the weekly chart. So we're looking at the weekly chart, that trend line. So it crossed over that trend line, and the next resistance is going to be this blue line up here at 317. So that's what I really like about this program. I really like the algorithm it portrays because it really follows my thought process. And you can manipulate them as well, guys. This conviction is the highest. I go down to low. It'll give me more trend lines that are not as accurate, but the high conviction is the most accurate trend lines. So it broke out last week over that weekly trend line, right? Because historical data over periods of time, that's how the stock chart's going to move, right? So that's ATRS. Let's go to MAKND or MNKD, Mankind. This one has a good history of, when it breaks this 50 line that the stock does go up. So the CCI, which is trending or popularity, that one too correlates well when it crossed the 50 line on the RSI. We have a nice swing up here last week. You can see strong line going up towards the MACD. Room to accumulate as well. And Jacob Moneyflow and Williams percent are following concurrently, which it's getting bought up in the higher end according to Jacob Moneyflow, which tells us the price is going up. 2.7 million volume, really good, a lot of volatility, so that's always a good thing as well. Let's check it out on the trend spider. Now you guys can, a lot of the tools we use have free trials, so you guys can check them out and try them out yourself and see how it is and see how it fits for you. So we have this beigeish line down here right at 160, 159 that it bounced off of, and it's this next trend line up here is about 225, 226 that you can, so it has room to go from 186 up to 226. Has the volume, it's trending, so that's a good sign this week that Mankind is going to do well. Looks like a good solid chart. NVAX, a lot of volume, 5.3 million. RSI is going up. CCI looking all right. Big thing that caught my eye on here is NVAX is a really good stock. They have a lot of drugs out that, that brings around the popularity. Even though we don't follow what's going on with them, it is a popular stock, and when things happen with this, a lot of people rush in. So this 5.3 million volume, can jump up to 20 to 40 million and bring a lot of people in, a lot of money, and a lot of price volatility. So this one has room to accumulate. The Jacob Moneyflow is down, but it had a good turn up last week. So we're looking for that EMA 8 to cross over and have this one run up to the last, where'd it go? Go back to the trend spider. To last resistance. For some reason this one usually takes a minute to load. That's right. So here's those dash lines you see again. It's fighting to break out of them all week. So we're looking for it to break out this week above them. It's right at the apex of it. So Tuesday, Wednesday, potentially Thursday. See it break out of that, and the next one up is about 275. So watch this one, guys. Watch it on Monday, watch it on Tuesday, and see what it does. Pick your target point to where you want to get in. And this one has a lot of room, a lot of volatility. So hopefully this MACD is swinging up and crosses over. So that's it this week, guys. Check out trendspider.com. If you sign up for a free account, play with it, try it out. It automatically draws the trend lines for you. What's one from last week? Fickle was one from last week. FICAL Incorporated. Just take a look at different ones that EBIO might be a better. Come on, here we go. All right, so you can see on this one, so it broke the trend line here, kind of bounced off this one and shot up. Typically, if you don't see a trend line above, that means it has room to run. So if you can get down here, if it bounces off and there's no trend line above it or no resistance line, that's what you're really looking at, then that's a good sign. So it's going to run, and then it's eventually going to create another trend line, and that'll tell you the new resistance or new support. Let's look at the overall weekly chart on this one. So here we go. Not a lot going on for resistance, but eventually these points will, by the algorithm, will create one, and you'll see the new resistance or support. But check it out, trendspider.com. There's another good site called finviz.com. Check this one out too, financial visualization. I think if you, some of them will automatically draw trend lines as well. That's not one of them. But check it out. There's a lot of good websites out there, guys. Oh, here's this one. You see this one already draws trend lines for you as well. So find what you like, find what works for you, find what visually works best for you guys to visualize and what you understand. Thanks again, guys. We look forward to a good week 61 and making some money. Talk to you later.